lipstick was on my teeth.
Stop. Jesus.
I know. I'm more concerned because of your aversion.
It's a new year, so
yeah.
I thought you'd add something to that.
Yeah. New year, new opportunities to get better.
I'm a little bit
to get better.
We're posting this one before New Year's.
Yeah, but it'll be the New Year's
weekend
insert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Thursday before, yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I like it.
Okay.
I like it. All right. Well, shall we? I don't want to.
Oh my God, we're almost there. You ready to have the shot, the last one of the year?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm really can't even. Okay.
One.
Fine. Look at it. So little mini.
Candice is like, honestly, Candice. One,
cheers,
two,
cheers,
three.
Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Don't make that big.
She's Candice.
Candice.
Candice is a pretty sounding name.
Candice is really one in a billion.
Oh, I love you so much, Candice.
Who's Candice?
Well,
Kristina, I'm sorry about that.
Mental characteristics. Somebody with the name of Kristina experienced.
Brett's gonna vomit.
I'm not even looking.
Kristina. You're Bret, right?
Oh,
yes, you did.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you did, Bret. You tried to
The Modern Matters podcast with Candice, Kristina, and Bret.
Yes.
Ooh. Oh, I gotta hide that from Bret. He'll lose his mind.
It's fine. I'll see it in the edit.
No, don't look.
Have you been
Hello.
watching for that stuff?
Hello. Oh,
Yeah. Anyways.
welcome, guys.
Hey.
Hi.
This is it for the
This year.
first year of our podcast, and we are
Eggnog, mashed potatoes and gravy.
Just get into
Santa
it.
cookies, Aunt Wilma's
Jump right in.
bundt cake.
The average American
Turkey.
can gain 4 to 7 pounds during the holidays.
Woo.
How about COVID?
You're probably
Unless
one
you
of
wait
them.
games during that.
So include the Kellogg's Special K breakfast in your New Year's diet.
I knew it was going to be
And
that.
get the scale moving in the right direction.
Get that
Fruit
scale
cake.
moving in the right
Fruit
direction,
cake.
says Kellogg.
Fruit cake.
Kellogg's Special K. Lose the holiday
Lose that fat. Just to the point.
They would
Lose
just be
that
so-
fat
No.
fatty.
There's no acceptance of who you are. You're fat.
Well,
This is from
that's it.
this is 1990.
1990.
Politically-
Things were a little more
Yeah,
real back
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
politically incorrect now.
Special K.
According to some-
That's why I named myself that.
So-
Very wholesome.
I think by now most people know us who have tuned in, but for those who have not, it is Candice, Kristina, and Bret here for our New Year's insert. Welcome, guys. Hello. Oh,
I thought you'd like
Did it
this
just
one.
say
I,
Half-Blood?
I thought you'd both like this.
Yeah. So it's going to bring out the gangster that you guys have seen.
good.
What?
Dark.
Half-Blood?
So
I can't even understand what he's
this
saying.
is
Halfway.
let me get the I'm going to show you the artwork because I actually
Oh, my God.
Great. So this is
Oh.
Istasha.
Istasha?
Istasha.
Istasha.
I find that
They're
very
Swedish as
disturbing.
well.
Very cool.
This
It's-
is 128p New Year's resolution is the name of the song, but I like the artwork and I didn't know about them before. I discovered them when researching some things for the episode and I am into
loving
it.
them.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the artwork. I am like...
I find the artwork quite interesting.
It's called Pet Snails.
Yeah, so I'm not surprised. I think actually they look like rat faces.
Istasha.
Istasha. No, thank ya.
I like it.
I'm into
I like
them.
it.
I'm into
so, who's a New Year's person here? Who likes to set new goals and who likes to have a great party?
Well, that's a silly question. I like to party. It doesn't have to be on New Year's, but I am getting older, so it's not quite the same. But for New Year's, we normally go up to the cottage now as a
That's
family.
chill.
We
I
go
love that.
skating and outdoor bonfires and stuff like that. That has definitely been a shift from my younger days and really special dresses in the freezing cold, waiting in lines. I'm not doing
shiny
it
dress?
anymore.
Like
yeah,
my shiny dress?
your shiny dress looks fabulous.
So somebody's rattling. I'll just knock it out first. Somebody's rattling something.
Is it me?
I don't know. It's done now, but just keep it in mind. That's all.
Am I rattling?
Somebody was.
It's Candice.
Oh my gosh. Always tech stuff.
We're good.
Okay. So you used to party and now you chill.
Yeah.
I don't like New Year's and I never have.
Oh. What?
And I've had a bad experience on New Year's 20 years ago. So
yeah,
it just never felt the same for me. What about you, Bret?
Well, for me, there's only one New Year's that matters. And I don't know if you guys were prepped, but I was.
2 a.m. January 1st,
of course you were.
2000. Power's out.
Y2K. Look at this fear mongering. Come on.
One of these. Just wind it up. You'll have light.
Are you going to make it?
Call now and get the ultimate
Y2K
survival kit from BeCalm.com. You'll receive the Sunburst, the premier wind-up and solar-powered flashlight and radio.
Brett, did you buy this?
I bought a lot of them.
Oh my God. No, you didn't.
I was never into any of this.
I honestly, I remember this was huge.
Storage you'll want to eat. Plus, you'll receive a step-by-step guide that will show you
everybody
how to
thought it was
prepare
over.
without wasting a single
We weren't going to make it.
It was the end. It was the end times.
I don't remember really caring that much.
We had a big party.
Yeah, everybody.
We were like, if this is it, guys, let's just do a new millennial party and this is it. Wow.
Well,
money maker.
I certainly had $49.95 plus $8.95 shipping and handling, and
money maker.
I didn't buy any of
fear
the Y2K.
mongering. Yeah, guess what? The next day, your lights still worked.
Everything worked.
And water. You have water.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. So are they still in your closet?
Doomer.
I did a lot of preparation work, I'll tell you.
Oh my gosh. I was laughing because to prepare for our conversation today, I was like, oh my God, let's recap a little bit about some of the things that came up this year, which are kind of classic. Like, and when you do that, I would suggest that everybody does that, to kind of just Google some of the trends of things that have happened, because sometimes you forget, right? And you're at the end of the year, and yes, there's our own personal resolutions, but if you see what has happened in the year, it's kind of funny. So one of the ones that I put down was the Will Smith face slap.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was
he's just come up again because he's promoting a movie. Mm-hmm. Now, Insider Baseball, we're recording this earlier than it's going to air, so so it might be a few weeks old now, but he's I don't know the name of the movie, I forget, but he was just on Trevor Noah defending the slap.
Like that was life-changing for that guy.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
But you think about, I think the part that was interesting was just to see how people responded to it, right? So he, as a superstar status, he thought that maybe he could go up there and defend his wife the way that he was defending her, does the slap, and then everyone hates him for it.
I think it was that.
I don't hate him.
He didn't do.
Candice doesn't.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, I have it here. Johnny Depp and Amber case.
No, I just quickly, I don't want to interrupt you guys, but the thing that upset me the most about it is because they're Hollywood, such a big deal was made about it. People road rage on the road and slap people all the time. I'm not saying it's okay, but I'm just saying we are humans. Humans are allowed to make mistakes. It's all in what we then do with it. Now, I don't know the aftermath of it.
He is a role model. I think that
role models make mistakes too. Everybody makes mistakes.
I think he could have contained himself a little bit more.
Absolutely. And in hindsight, I'm sure he feels the same way.
Absolutely,
but to crucify
he does.
a person
he got
for
crucified.
A mistake to me is like, well, then it's the classic story of are you perfect? Have you ever sinned, or whatever it be? We've all made mistakes. We've all done stupid shit. We've all operated at a high emotional point. We don't know what happens in his life. Like, I'm sure there's quite a bit of pressure in celebrity life, and you can have all the opinions in the world. And it was terrible. I'm not saying it was fine.
Yeah, I just think that I think when you go look through these events, right? So I put Johnny Depp and Amber in here so we can do a little bleep. But it's really interesting when you think about, when you look at it as a snapshot as to 2022, the things that people are raging about or that they're like advocating or things that have changed, it's very interesting because you can see a theme a little bit more.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah. So
give us your list. Tell us the list.
So I put on here Johnny Depp and the Amber case. And you know that what really stood out with you about that case, because it was quite interesting and it was quite controversial. So what stood out about that case?
That I'm a huge loser because I literally watched every minute of it.
Okay, so tell me more.
I would watch it at the gym. I would watch it.
Why? I don't get why. Why was it controversial?
Well, I feel as though it was a he said, she said situation.
And isn't that court typically?
Yeah, I think that, you know, in celebrity, you would think that automatically was a male dominated. People go to the assumption, which it was like challenging the assumption about who did what. And I think that it was very known and it was out in the open, where I don't think that stuff has been, maybe it has, I just haven't been watching it, but I felt as though it was like this whole thing about Johnny Depp and how he shows up and what does that really mean for him, and is she lying, who is she, men, female, all that whole dynamic. I felt like that was really out in the open.
Yeah, it was out in the open, but again, we go to like these Hollywood examples, and I know that these types of things happen in people's everyday lives all the time. Mm-hmm. I have my biases because I'm a Johnny Depp fan.
Mm-hmm. That's fine.
But after watching it, I had my perception of it aligned with basically how the verdict came out. Mm-hmm. So you got to almost think that men are victims of these types of things too. Point. And that was kind of an interesting thing in today's society, where we can all sort of play victim. Obviously there was terrible things in their relationship that were surfaced and made public to people, but as far as that being a thing of the year, yeah, there was definitely those two celebrity topics were quite hot. What else? I think, sorry,
but I want to pipe in on the Johnny Depp one, just because from what I noticed, not even with the trial itself, mm-hmm. but the repercussions of the trial. And I'm not going to bring up the algorithm that's constantly showing me how sweet he is. Every time I see it now, since I brought it up,
he is sweet.
He is sweet. But I want to send you extra. I want to send you the extra that's going on, where it's like just mayhem of. This is what he's doing. It's so over the top that it's very obvious, but I agree. I agree. He's sweet. Yeah, it's. But
he has kind of always had. He always reputation.
Had. I agree.
That is the thing about him.
He's not Keanu Reeves.
He's not Keanu Reeves. But what it has brought for people when I've asked about it, or closer to when the trial was going on, it was a hot topic. Is that people like I'm like Candice, and I love Johnny Depp as well. I think he's great, and I follow him.
My man.
Yeah, you can have him for what you're looking for.
It's a little bit different. Yeah.
But he's always you're right. He's always been the way that he is now, and he's always said like I've had problems with drugs, I've had problems with alcohol. He's constantly, when he's out smoking, drinking, partying, he's a musician. As well, Kristina.
Yeah. I've learned that.
So he's never hidden that. He's never pretended he wasn't. Mm-hmm. And then when I've talked to people after the trial, people are like, "Whoa, there's a lot. He's got a lot of issues." And I'm like, "Well, but he's said them all." So it's just kind of saying you probably just don't follow him closely because he's unapologetic about, or he's apologetic because he's like, he was addicted to opiates, right? So he really had to get over that struggle, which many people struggle with that. So he just has always said it, but I think people just didn't know that before. They were like, this is Captain Jack, he's a Disney character.
100%.
And Candice and I both were always like, well, we know what he's like, that's why we like him.
And you know
Captain Jack Daniels.
I think that well, seriously, and I think that is a part of what what we've seen this year. We saw more vulnerability about who people were, right? Will Smith showed that vulnerable piece, like no one wakes up and goes, "Hey, I'm going to slap this guy in the face." Right. He was obviously triggered. I know. Speak Candice for yourself. I'm lucky that she hasn't hurt me
in the drive-thru.
But but it's interesting because you see more of that human side, just like with Johnny Depp. This being kind of spilled out, you see this other side to him. It's not, "Hey, Jack Sparrow, you're so much more than that, and you have real life issues and whatever." And Candice loves him. Okay, so I think you really, really have to get that.
I'm glad you put that on the list.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna.
What else? Give us more.
Okay,
give us more.
There's a couple. Like I didn't know, and I don't know if this is gonna get people fired up, but I was like, oh my god, I actually saw this guy in concert, and then this came up this year that R. Kelly was sentenced for 30 years of 9 accounts of sex trafficking.
Yeah, did you not watch the special?
See, I'm not in this stuff. I don't get it, but this was a part of the recap for this year, and I was just like, holy crow, right? It's like people are being held accountable, and it's just, yeah. I went to his concert when I was younger.
He's disgusting.
So, but again, it's like this openness and kind of seeing things for, justice prevailed in that case to a certain degree, right?
You need to watch the special, put that on your list. It is very crazy.
Okay.
And worth the watch, but very crazy. What else?
Wow. The death of Taylor Hawkins from the Foo Fighters.
Mm-hmm.
That happened this year. So that definitely had a bigger impact. I know a lot. What about you? Like, you're a Foo Fighters fan?
I was always like a passive one. They were great musicians and I liked them, but I was never like a super fan. Like all my friends were actually growing up. So I would just listen to them because they would, and I liked them, but I didn't go out of my way to like fan out over stuff that I fan out over other bands with.
Yeah, and they canceled a concert. He was about to go out. I'm just recalling briefly, but it was a major loss to that crew.
Too, like,
it was 1 minute here, next minute not.
Yeah,
we also have Elon Musk bought Twitter. So this is a really big one. It's a hot issue. I know from a business perspective, everybody seems to have issues about it. But, it's interesting because he's kind of taking the lead, and that is pretty controversial right now about censorship and how we use these media platforms and what's okay and what's not. So that's a big one. So again, it's going with that theme of this year where, it's like exposing people, like trying to have more truth and opportunity where people can have a voice and speak the way that they need to speak.
I don't know that he's trying to have more truth.
So tell me.
Well, I just think he's trying to be kind of the modern day William Randolph Hearst, where he's like, I'm a titan of industry and now I'm a titan of communication as well.
100. Well, I would agree with that. And there's a lot of controversy about the way he has come in and just taken over things. He fired 4 executives, like as soon as he took over, senior executives. I know in my circle, people have been pretty hot to trot about that. The way of treating of people definitely has been a hot spot. So again, it's like there's a sense where things are shifting. People are pretty sensitive to that stuff, probably a lot more than I've seen in the past.
Now I know we differ on this because the type of person Elon Musk is, who's brilliant and has groundbreaking ideas, literally.
Yeah. Literally. The
Boring Company.
Yeah.
He is capable of doing so much. Sorry.
That was great stuff. Go on.
He's capable of doing so much, which is great. And he is the person to do it because there's very few people that are capable and can take these roles. And when you listen to, I've listened to podcasts where his employees have talked and they're like, he's a special person. Like he thinks about what he says. He doesn't answer. He doesn't make rash decisions. Everything is
I don't know if I agree.
Thought out. Yeah.
He dated Amber Heard.
Okay.
Well,
I'm only talking professional.
Oh my God!
joking,
back to Johnny
guys.
again.
It's a joke.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
a joke.
No, but
Just
from
joking.
professionally,
About these people.
I think it's really interesting. I think this is definitely a hot topic.
But
right
what
now.
I want him to do, sorry, I just want to finish that one point. I want him to focus. That's the problem I have in life a lot. I see a lot of people capable of a lot of things, and they're just all over the place. It's like they're trying to do too much. And it's like, what are you doing? Now, outside of your life tasks that you have to do, but it's like, why are you stepping up for something when you have other things on the go? Finish those things. I'm a person that constantly doesn't finish creative projects myself, and it drives me insane that I don't. And I'm always working on that to do it. So when I hop step and move on to something else, I'm pissed at myself. So when I see it in somebody else who's capable, especially who's capable of doing so much, it drives me nuts.
But has he not once said, or was it not said that he was also on the spectrum? So that could have to do with maybe why he likes to have so many things going. Because I know some personalities thrive better that way. I'm one of them.
That's a good point.
I think that I get what your point is, but I think that there's something to be said about that capability for
Absolutely,
sure.
absolutely.
And
But
he's genius.
He's very much in the media right now. He's very much a point of topic.
Well, I
But that's
see
our
something there
2022.
I want.
Okay,
I
we're gonna
want
get
it.
we're
I
gonna
want
get to it. The next one, I would say, Queen Elizabeth passed away this year after 7 years of reign. So now we have a king.
Can you give me the wonk, wonk, wonk?
I just took it off. I seriously just took it off.
Yeah. Not wonk, wonk,
I had to
it's
make
sad,
room
but-
for when you swore in the last episode. I had to
sorry,
put that
sorry.
in there.
Yeah, but
I'll add it back.
I don't want to want the passing of someone, but she lived a full
70 years of reign.
Yeah, but even beyond 7 years of reign, she lived a long life.
I know, I get it, but you were queen for 70 years.
You better be.
Right?
You got all the best health at your fingertips. Help.
So I think
Chefs.
that, I don't know if you've been watching the series Monarch, but The Crown. But it's interesting to see the depiction of that life. But now we have a king, King Charles. I have a whole different opinion about the monarch and whether or not it's needed and whatnot, but we will not get into that because
I'll get fired up.
Right.
Yeah, I'm getting fired up already. I can feel toot, toot.
Yeah, we might be on the same page.
A monument of antiquity.
Thank
I have
you.
a feeling
We
that
are on
your
the same
trip to
page.
Winnipeg could have shifted this.
So,
Anyhow.
my trip to Winnipeg really opened my eyes with family. So, I will say the part that is, it's interesting. It's like an outdated system, but I just wanted to call out that she died.
Yes.
Okay? So she died. We have a king now. So that happened in 2022. The next one I have is that for Super Bowl, I just had to put it in there. We had Eminem, Dr. Dre, and Snoop.
Yeah, that was pretty hot.
I don't know. Did you watch it? I loved it.
Well, my
kids
birthday's
watch
always
it.
on Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I always,
It was like one of those, I'm like, oh, and the, I've seen other Super Bowls in previous years and I was kind of like, wah, wah, wah. It didn't really work. But this one really did.
Who doesn't love Dre? Snoop, Eminem. I mean,
most
people love those guys.
Right? Can you get it? Sipping on gin and juice. Laid back. How can you not? How can you not? Anyways, so that's a 2022 highlight. Another one I have here, the Ukraine-Russia situation broke out. Okay. I knew it was going to be a little bit of a hot topic, but it's definitely in play that is going on to this day.
They've had many issues long before this.
Okay.
So
I'm just putting that up there. Tom Brady, I don't know if you guys are sports fans. He officially retires after 22 years in his football career.
Then comes back.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Then divorces the hottest woman in the world.
Oh, yeah. Giselle? Yeah. Well, I know. It's crazy. And then we lost some beautiful people this year, right? So we lost just recently Christy Alley.
I know, that was like...
Yeah, I just saw that,
Yeah, so I loved her from Cheers. And then you have Anne Heche.
I still actually weird that you said that. When I was searching for some other videos, stuff about her came up, and I realized I didn't really know what happened. I didn't understand. I mean, I understood what happened in the aftermath, but I don't know leading up to it. Was there something going on? Was she in the news before that, or was she, or it just came out of nowhere?
Anything?
I don't know. I don't
Wasn't
follow a ton of celeb stuff in general.
Yeah. So. Well, this is just research, basically. Meatloaf died.
Yeah.
Meatloaf.
That was a tough one for me. Right at the beginning of the year. That was like,
beginning of the year?
No.
You want?
Couldn't do it.
Oh my God, it's gonna happen.
My Katie did say, "Can you please stop playing Meatloaf around February?" When she's like, "We've heard Bad at Hell."
A lot.
But I won't do that.
She's
she'll
got
sing anything.
2 songs so far in today's episode.
It's so funny how they're just coming up. And then Bob Saget. Do you guys remember that from Full House? He passed away.
That one kind of bothered me too a little bit.
Yeah, that was.
I like Bobby.
I saw him do stand up live. He was great.
Yeah,
Toronto,
so he's no longer with us. And the last one I would say is Sidney Poitier. There was a lot of celebrities, but these are just ones that popped up. I just wanted to call out. This is a little bit of history for 2022, and I just thought I would call it out.
I like it. That's fun.
Anything else?
That's
guys?
like celeb and media reflections of 2022.
I think it's important because there's really, when you start looking at it, I don't think I've ever done that, really looked at the key events that have occurred throughout the year. There's themes that definitely surface. So,
Wow.
It's interesting.
That gets me going into a whole different topic.
And I have COVID stills here, but I decided not to really bring that up.
Cut her mic.
Yep.
Cut her mic.
Cut
the mic.
And Brett, do you have some videos?
All right. Good timing. Well, New Year's often involves spirits.
Like alcohol?
The drinks.
Okay.
The drinks. So
not like Mystic.
No, not like fortune tellers. So I have a few people who have imbibed. Is that the word?
Imbibed.
Imbibed?
I don't know, but it sounds fun. I
thought I heard that
word.
somewhere.
Imbibed.
They've been partaking in spirits.
Oh,
The
okay.
drink-
Let's
the
see.
drinks. The drinks.
$49.95, right?
The drinks.
Okay, let's see.
All right, so I'm going to bounce some of these off you. Have you guys ever done anything like this? You get a little carried away in the bathroom.
Oh, what's happening here? Oh, poor guy.
Candice is speechless.
I think Candice has. Have you broken a sink?
Never.
Oh my God. This guy had way too much to drink.
Right.
And leaned onto that sink.
He went a little overboard.
Yeah. Oh, what's going on?
Well, have you guys ever done this in the bathroom?
Oh,
Then?
these are like
No.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. This girl just killed.
Like they're all doing.
Wait,
gymnastics.
but the fact that they're
all
sitting
dressed the
on the
same.
floor of a public bathroom and they're okay with that is more pissing me off than anything. And the thing is if you look to the right of the screen, that phone is on the back of a toilet in a wheelchair accessible stall.
Yep.
Okay.
Look at where the toilet paper is.
I didn't even.
I'm more that they're dressed the same. Like, are they a part of a band?
I don't care. Dress the same. Get off the fucking floor.
Okay.
I am mad.
Okay. There we go.
Wow. I didn't think it would have this effect.
I know.
on you.
I'm quite surprised.
I am
like,
so
wow.
mad. I don't like gross. Oh, this could be me.
This could be you, actually.
This
You're
could
right.
be me.
You're right.
Oh, she's going to get on the table. Okay.
Oops.
Oh, yep. And goodbye.
She didn't make it too far.
Yeah, that could be me.
Yeah.
She didn't make it too far. She didn't make it too high.
Yeah, too high. She smoked her head.
Okay.
Bad decisions. Oh,
We got a bad decision. Now, I would
Could
love.
this be Kristina?
Again, this is an insert. I have
be.
to preface with this is an insert, so we can't use the drop that we introduced in a previous episode because it doesn't come out till later. Because I'd love to use it. You know
Okay,
what we're
yeah.
talking
Oh,
about.
our drop.
Because you're gonna
Yeah.
have the same question here,
Yeah.
Kristina.
Party.
Oh, why would you do that? Why would you
That would
do
not.
that?
I take back what I said to you earlier, Kristina.
She's a beast.
She just licked the escalator railing all the way up.
Handrail. The handrail. We're dirty hands.
I am so disgusted right now. It's so much
That's
deeper
worse
than your
than the
bathroom.
bathroom floor.
Oh,
Definite.
What are you
And her
doing?
friend's looking behind like,
Why
look
would
at
you
my
do
friend. Do you see her friend smiling at her like that's normal?
Yeah,
She's like, oh, wow,
she
you're
does
my
this.
hero.
She does it. Now, this potentially is an international airport.
No.
It just gets grosser, Brett. Like,
No,
seriously.
it's a subway.
No,
or
it's a
something.
subway.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Stop.
Better.
I don't want to.
Subway's better?
So
It's
well,
worse.
they're all terrible.
Okay.
I want to foreshadow a little bit. I spruced up your drop that we'll introduce in the
put a
new
little-
year.
you
I put a
put a
little
little
effort
music
into it,
in?
and I wish I could play it, but we'll save it for the new year.
Okay. Surprise.
So my friends, not that we did this exactly, but everybody had like a wake up ritual for somebody who fell asleep.
Oh my
too
God,
early,
at a party.
Let's call it. So this is smelling salts for somebody who's passed
Oh
out.
my God, I have young kids. I'm so scared. What's in it?
The look,
It's like that sulfur.
yeah.
When you breathe it in,
Oh,
it kills. Like the nose
Ammonia.
hairs drop.
And the hilarious part is the look on his face was like he knows what's happening. This has been done, or he's done it to somebody else. That he's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I know
yeah.
exactly what this is.
You've had this done to you?
Well, my friends and I used to joke. Now, I will say, for safety reasons, we never actually did this. It
Yeah.
was more the concept was what we all found funny, but we would threaten it. Typically, if it was like a house party or something, we would have.
Yeah, do not do this.
Do not do anything that I'm about to tell you. we would have food, right? We'd be cooking, barbecuing, whatever. So there'd often be chicken. So we would put
Do not mess with chicken.
We would put a raw chicken thing to the side and then threaten. Again, never do this, but threaten. If you fall asleep, we will put this in your mouth. You're not going to die of salmonella right away, but you're going to need to go to the hospital.
What kind
and
of
that's going to
friends
ruin
are
your
you
night.
guys?
So we never did it. It was a joke.
I have never had a friend do that to me. I just, Doomer, this is next level.
It was the concept
We're
of
going to test you. Do you want
stop what you're
salmonella?
doing, and you have to go to the hospital to get this treated. So we never did it. It was more the joke.
Remind me.
And it was more of like showing the chicken and being like, don't fall asleep.
Sure. We never fall asleep around Doomer. He's going to bring out the chicken.
So this is one of my favorites. I don't even think this is New Year's, but I have to put it in because this is my favorite middle-aged lady on a boat clip.
But this has nothing to do with New Year's.
It could be partying.
It could be New Year's. Oh, she's partying. She's certainly partying.
Oh,
she's holding on for dear life. Oh, she's had too much to drink. She didn't make it, guys. She's in the water.
She did make it.
Oh,
that is
man.
New Year's.
Yeah.
Let's call it New Year's.
If you get that lit up, I hope it's New Year's.
Yeah, and talk about getting lit up.
Oh, don't do it.
Oh, no.
Oh, your face. Your face. Your face. Why would you do that?
Why would you do
Why
that?
would you do that? That is like bad.
There's like an actual fire.
Is his face like deformed now?
No, because it's alcohol burning. So it doesn't burn. Don't do this.
Have
at
you
home.
done this before? You seem to know. Like,
no,
no,
Kristina.
This seems worse than the chickening,
I
I will say.
I love Sambuca.
Burning
I used
your
to
face?
love Sambuca. No, well, and I bartended in nightclubs for years. So you light the Sambucas, and people would be super badass and think, I'm going to take it while it's lit, which is ridiculous. But what happens is because it's warm and people do this and the shot gets on them, the alcohol stays burning, but it's not your skin. Anyways, they're not getting burnt. It's the alcohol that's burning. That's what was happening on his face, was that whatever that alcohol was that was burning, likely Sambuca,
all over his face.
So that's what was burning.
Okay, so he's not going to be deformed.
Nah, once that alcohol burns up, you just get a little.
It's kind of scary. This
Do it again.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
The end of it, I don't know if you guys heard, we were talking over at the end of it. Somebody, probably the guy recording, said, "Can we be done with this, please?"
Yeah. He was done. He was done. It was way too dangerous. I mean, we've all been young and gone out to parties for New Year's for sure. I think that, to me, it's funny how much of an emphasis we put on a day.
And it's so. Oh, okay. Can I say something?
Yeah.
When I was in not university, I was in my 20s, we had a Y2K party. And it was really about, we're going to celebrate New Year's when we want to celebrate New Year's. So we actually had a party, a week before. And it felt like New Year's. Well, but it just shows you how stupid the day was. We did a countdown. We did everything. Everyone was dressed up and excited. And it was like one of the best parties we've ever had.
I think a countdown makes everything fun, though.
And everyone was in it, like Happy New Year, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't New Year's.
We could do that for our show. We could be like,
we could have done our own.
Okay, we're starting an episode in 5, 4. Then it makes it exciting, right?
For sure.
Happy New Year!
I found a bunch of clips when I was looking for things to show you where people were watching TV. The ball drop typically is where the official countdown that people do.
Yeah.
And the TV like fell off the wall, or somebody hit it, or the power went out or something. Or not the power, but the TV power for whatever reason. And everyone loses their mind, and no one thinks, let's just continue the count anyway.
Right. It's true. It's true.
Time still works the same way. But
yeah. Well, it honestly, that was a big eye opener. That was probably one of the best parties we had. Yeah.
I celebrated a New Year's once in Peru, and we were
so sophisticated.
just outside of Lima.
Even how she
at a
said
beach
it.
house.
Peru with Johnny. It was with Johnny.
I wish with Johnny. No,
Johnny playing the guitar.
I was very young. My dad took us to Peru for the Christmas holidays for more than a month. That's that time.
So
we got to go to Machu Picchu and Paracas and all kinds of places in that area. If anyone ever gets a chance to go,
That's awesome.
An amazing, incredible place on earth. And we had a New Year's there, and the family we celebrated with had a tradition that you wear the color yellow somewhere, somehow, whether it be socks, underwear, or a headband, a gold piece of jewelry or something, because it was a symbol for them to bring in financial prosperity for the new
Positivity,
year. So
I love
I've
that.
always done that ever since then. I always throw on a little gold piece of jewelry or wear something
I
yellow.
like that, bringing it in. Prosperity.
Yeah, it was kind of fun.
Flaunting your money.
Flaunt your money.
Ding. Do you have any New Year's resolutions that you're ready for? Are you ready for 2022 to go away, or how are you feeling about that?
I mean, I don't know that I ever like the year to go away per se. I feel like as we get older, life seems to travel through so much faster. And I feel like this entire year was a blink of an eye, honestly.
So much happened. Any highlights for you this year?
Well, I became a Zia. So
Zia, big one.
We're part Italian, so that's an aunt. So I became an aunt for the second time around, but to a little girl, which is kind of cool because I have boys and I already have a nephew, and there are really no girls in the family. So now I have a niece. That was a highlight for me.
Very nice.
What other highlights?
Podcast.
The podcast for sure.
Yeah,
Obviously, this
one.
has been a ton of fun. It's a great opportunity to...
It's kicked off in the fall.
Yeah. I feel like it's been a great learning piece. The thing I like about getting through the year is I like the reflection piece, and I like the opportunity to sort of almost have like a hard reset. Like, okay, what did I not get to do last year that I want to do? I don't really have a major New Year's resolution. I'm sort of the type that feels like you just work on things every day. So I didn't really put a ton of thought into that.
How about you, Brett? Any highlights this year?
Absolutely. I got to meet a very special K.
Came into the picture.
A very special K came into my life,
like that.
which has been great and fun.
Nice.
And the podcast
nice
has been
humor.
a highlight.
Yeah.
It's certainly taken a lot of our time, so it's memorable.
Yeah.
But we did start it. I am really proud of us actually that we started it, I think, properly, and we talked about it first and made the plan. So it wasn't just jumping into things. Again, going back to the start what you finish and follow through with things. It's so important, and it's just so people don't do it, and it shows everywhere.
It definitely
right?
does show.
So I'm so happy that when we talked about it, we were all on the same page, and we all kind of like discussed it. It all came together like visually, and we've shot it. And I get so excited weirdly about routine and getting into doing things and sharpening them and making them quicker and sharpening the pencil. So the fact that we added it every week and we haven't missed anything.
Yeah,
right?
I love it. Like, honestly, this has been a highlight for me too. Like I said, when we started, I only knew Candice, and now Brett's kind of opened up into my world, my little circle, and it's been awesome, right? The three of us. And for me, when I originally started, it was really about discovering another platform to be able to kind of talk about some things and being more open about stuff. So I thought that was awesome. And then I started a business, and, we're in a whole new place. It's like new people and
it's
new
like the Ariel song.
A whole new world.
I thought you meant.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one.
A new fantastic.
No,
point.
that's Aladdin.
Yeah, that is Aladdin.
Aladdin. A whole new world is Aladdin.
And
so
I
where's one I was thinking?
I thought you were thinking System of a Down
Look
Ariels.
at these things.
No, that one.
Wouldn't you think that this
that's what I was
collection's
thinking.
Complete? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl?
So the other
girl
one's
who has
Aladdin.
everything? Yeah, I actually really
bad
feel
reference on my part.
No worries. I knew.
I thought you meant System of a Down, which was a great reference.
Oh well,
yeah.
Thanks for bringing me there, guys. You keep doing that during this journey. So
yeah, this year has been like really pushing your comfort zone, and I'm doing all these things that just get me jazzed up, including the podcast. And I'm really looking forward to see what next year brings. Right, and it's not even about, like you said, for me, it's not about like, oh, I'm going to be this.
Right.
It's like setting the intention and just go live your life and do things that you love to do. Because if you're doing that, then you are definitely on the right path.
Yeah, I would say that there was the silver lining of what we've endured worldwide over the last few years, and I mean, in most living people right now who we speak to, no one has ever lived through, the I'm just going to say it, the pandemic. We've done that. I think the silver lining is that it has forced people to face different adversities and challenges. It has not been a beautiful thing for all people, but I do think that there feels like a lighter, brighter year ahead for where I am in where we are in this space of the planet, let's say. So let's hope and pray for better years
more prosperity
ahead,
and happiness,
more growth. Yeah, for sure.
And I just want to say before we move on and stuff like that, but you did swear a couple of times, and the swear jar's here.
Oh, yeah, we'll keep that.
Yeah, so I think it's just a reminder. So because it's not just me, I kicked it off.
You did,
right?
Quite well.
I kicked it off, and
Quite well.
If you've been watching us, you'll see on other episodes, people were really happy about that little celebration. But I would just say, here's to 2023, and let's see what fun we're gonna have in that space.
But why'd you call out my swearing? What was the message?
The swear jar. Maybe.
There's a swear jar there.
Moving on to the new year of the podcast recording, I better bring cash, is what you're telling me?
Yeah, you better be fully loaded.
I better have some cash.
Candice always has cash, and we're going to have to install a credit card.
I don't know why you said that on a podcast.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I think that what should we do when Candice swears enough that we can go somewhere with the...
So stupid.
Yeah.
You're the cash.
Me having cash is a secret.
You're like Russell Oliver at some points where you come in and you're
I'm
like,
the cash man.
You don't carry $700 around with you all the time?
Who
I'm like,
does?
I don't think I even know who is on a $50 bill.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you. Yeah. So crazy. Anyways.
That's too good.
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed this time with you guys. I enjoy our Tuesdays while we record and all the efforts it takes to do this. And I've enjoyed just all of the years of getting to know all kinds of different people and hearing different stories and journeys of people. And I think that, like I said, it is a nice time to sort of reevaluate, look back, reset, regroup.
100%.
I know it's just a day. You can do that every single morning or week when you wake up, feel good about something, see the silver lining in something if you can.
Do you think
like I do?
Yeah, all the time, Doomer, all the time. Do you think Special K? Oh, look at really brings the mood, eh?
I feel it. I feel this. I feel this deeply.
You're going to start listening to Boris.
People are going to start promoting like your lose weight after the New Year's, all that stuff. Right?
Oh, hell yeah.
Special K is definitely going to be on full force.
Hey, fatty.
Hey, fatty.
You've had quite
Don't
a bit
worry.
of potatoes.
Have some cereal and drop down 5 pounds.
Yeah,
and I would eat it.
Those Special K ads from the 90s, I highly recommend people go take a hunt because they are just everything you need for motivation.
Or just tune into the podcast every week because I'm going to be playing one until we run out.
Well, and just basically like, hey, we'll accept you if you lose 5 pounds.
The early ones really do.
They really do that.
They really get there, and they
now we're much more about acceptance, radical.
And
acceptance.
they're sprinkling, always sprinkling sugar on top. And like refined white sugar too.
And
like
it's always
the
a woman
of
with her red heels going to work because remember, like women in the workplace at that point. But anyways, that was like a big thing.
Were we even supposed to work?
Who are you? No.
You're not supposed to carry cash.
No.
Unless
only
my
supposed
husband
to have
gives it.
babies
Yeah,
at
exactly.
home. That's it. Like, no, what? You think you want to go in the office,
Candice,
have a
you
career?
hold the swear jar. She looks at me. Can you drop that?
Can you drop that in, bud?
in there?
Yeah,
Big Daddy.
Yeah. Hey, Big Daddy, I don't have cash on me. But I'm thinking once it's full, then we can do a little treat for ourselves.
So I'm buying you guys dinner.
Yeah, you guys are. Yeah.
I think you've been winning.
Yeah, you've been winning full force today. I think there's like
bleep
3.
out a couple of those F's.
Bleep, bleep, beep.
I mean, and the one time I brought up the Netflix documentary "Don't Fuck with Cats," I thought Kristina was gonna fall out of her chair because she thought I was trying to troll her, and I'm like, "That's the name of it."
That sure it is. Yeah, who watches that? Yeah, but
did you not watch it just because it had swear in it?
Kristina is gonna let more and more loose. She's just trying to stay true to the corporate side of her and the mom side of her. But trust me, we are gonna get more of those out there.
You guys,
so I need
you
more.
guys got one. No,
She's
don't worry.
She's gonna walk in and just be like,
not quite.
Where did you even find that?
Oh my God.
That was the drop I've been waiting for.
Well, you got to do it. So
go.
Happy New Year's. I hope you have a wonderful year.
Yeah. Wishing everyone an amazing 2023. Thank you so much for tuning in these past couple of months of our podcast. And
3, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Amazing.
crazy?
Is it 3?
Yes. We've officially
awesome.
hit 10. Over 10 now.
10 with 3 inserts.
So that's amazing.
Yeah.
So
We're doing
we
awesome.
Are very grateful for everyone who subscribes. We can be found on YouTube. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. We post full episodes on Thursdays.
Everywhere.
Our website has all of the links necessary. You can find the website at www.modernmatterspodcast.com, and we wish you all the best. Nice guys.
I love that. I feel like
Good job.
we should be like throwing.
We need
stuff.
the confetti now.
I do have
It's all
more of
gone.
them.
I'll do all in doom time.
That's it.
Yeah.
All in doom time.
All in doom time.
Yes. I like your New Year's outfits, guys.
Oh,
Good job.
we didn't even comment. We saw.
I like
Everyone's
it.
all dressed up very nicely.
It's like who we are, right?
Yeah.
Little sparkle,
I'm just bright pink and matching the table.
leather Brett.
I'm a solid badass.
Brett's
There you go.
from Sons of
Solid,
Anarchy
hardcore
right now.
badass.
He's like gonna be riding his bike.
His bicycle
Yeah.
or his motorcycle.
His bike's like,
Thanks, guys.
I gotta go check out what's
just
going on.
shaking his head at me so much in this one. Tells people I have cash. How can I leave here safely?
You're gonna get jumped.